Let's talk about the last few topics that we want to go over. First one is, what kind of a speaker are you going to be? What kind of speaker do you want to be? And this, it's interesting from the point of view, I guess this is a topic of conversation that we could have had first thing this morning, setting the stage, but I'd rather do it now after you've got a much greater idea and understanding about everything that's involved in being a speaker and all of the elements that make up the business side of things there. To me, it really is all about that longevity of being a speaker, and it's a point that I certainly have driven home. I think you want to be a speaker for a long time. There's a lot of things that you need to be able to do to make sure that you are around for a long time as a speaker. Your fees are increasing, your reputation is growing, and your reputation is positive. Okay, we all want to build an enviable reputation as a speaker. That's what it's about, and there are certain things about that. I mentioned before this whole concept of never losing your cool, and I really do mean that. You never lose your cool. You've got to kind of determine that, and I think that part of this little chat is really about determining things like, well, what is my philosophy going to be? What is my code of conduct personally as a speaker going to be? Not as an organisation or something else. What am I going to do? So for me, that whole concept of never losing your cool is really important. Always being a professional when everything is falling down around you. And I sincerely tell you, apart from snakes, I've had data projectors blow up, buildings catch on fire, lights go out, cyclones, you name it. Everything goes wrong. The speaker who is cool, calm and collected throughout it all is always welcome back and always, a professional, but it's a state of mind. I think a lot of speakers can be quite slack and tardy in their paperwork, how they act, whatever. That's again no way for you to act as a result of that, or for us to justify it by other speakers. I really believe hold yourself to a higher standard if you want to be in the game for a long time. I spoke a bit about the fly-in, fly-out speaker, and I say don't be a fly-in, fly-out speaker. One of the reasons I think that I've built a really good reputation, anyone who's gone to a Brand Accelerator Day knows that I might present, but I'm around and talking to everyone. Anyone who's writing a book, I'm coaching you, mentoring you. I don't have to do that. I can hide in the green room and drink sherbets and watch the footy, sorry? You're a social butterfly. What are you talking about? But it's going the extra mile. It's doing the extra. Walk in, talk, walk out. These days is not enough. You've got to add more. You've got to be there. For me, it's much better to be there early. Meet the people at morning tea. Greet people when they're coming in. Really own it. And I've got to say, I love that part. This morning for me, one of the highlights of the day is seeing everyone coming along, seeing so many familiar faces. Even yours, Ziggy. But it is, and if you've got a genuine desire to spread, people love to talk to the speaker. And I think it's a really nice thing to do. It's just be down to earth. It makes your job easier because people already know you, people like you. If you suffer from nerves, okay, the part about meeting people beforehand, you can find a friend. You make a friend, and that is a great way to help you calm down, because Victoria and I were chatting out the front before. All of a sudden, I'm part of the circle because Victoria and I have had a chat, or Sam and I have had a chat, or Kim and I have had a chat. We know each other, we're talking about it. So for me, I always am there for the morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea, whatever it might be, before and after an event. Before, to make a few friends and just to find out what's going on with the audience, and afterwards just to enable people to come and ask you some questions. And now they've seen you speak, what do they want? And maybe someone's going to come up and ask you about speaking at their event next time. Okay, so I don't do it for that reason entirely, but that's just kind of a bit of a bonus from that point of view. Okay, working with bureaus can be frustrating. Speaking bureaus can be difficult, change things around, demanding, urgent, and then not ever call you back and all that stuff. Can't lose your cool. Can't get at it, develop a reputation. Now I know that's a little bit unfair, but that's the way it is. So for me, they can, I don't let them walk on me, but I'm accommodating. I'm accommodating to a pretty good point. Another area that I see that's really important is working with hotel staff, AV staff. I see speakers that treat hotel staff dreadfully. Camera guys, it's okay, you can beat them, They're a dime a dozen, there's no problem with that side of things. But really, AV guys, people coming in 1 minute before they've got to go on stage, giving it their USB stick with 20 million hyperlinks and all these fonts that aren't embedded and all this kind of stuff. And the poor bod on the AV side of things has got to make it all work. and it's his fault or her fault if they can't make it work. Let's have a round of tears for the bloody AV people. You know, they deserve, they're long-suffering people behind this industry. But in reality, you know, the people that come and change the water, or the lady setting up here this morning, you know, Philippa, Darren, you know, they're the people that you really want to work with and get on site with and be a professional and treat everyone the same with the same level of respect. You know, I hate that, I've got to say. I don't use the word hate very often, but I hate it when I see people treat the people in the venues like crap, you know, or the AV people, or the helpers, I might add. Mental note there. Must take back abuse sent at Darren, you know, through. I know, I could see that knowing look. So, you know, treating everyone with a high degree of respect. When you're working with a company, so you get a direct booking from someone, what a lot of speakers do again is they've got the gig, so they stop being responsive and stop, you know, being, you know, doing all the stuff that you would do to get the gig, so that they become difficult when they're working with the company representatives. You know, same thing. Normally, when you're a speaker, you tend to be engaging with the CEO or a high-level person within the company, but the people that do all the hard work are the event organisers. You know, work with them. I always take them books, sign books for them, give them to the helpers. You know, often at events like this, I'll have a couple of books and I'll give to the camera guys or the setup staff as well, just to say thanks for helping out.